Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dusty Fans. This is episode 8. We are doing an MSI GeForce GTX 650 Ti. And to give you an idea of what that looks like, it is just this single fan, pretty modest GPU, just a single 6-pin connector, so not a lot of power as you might imagine for a 650. Pretty good looking card though. I like the blue accents. If you're going for some sort of like themed case or build, the blue accents might look really cool. As far as performance goes, we did see another drop. So I'm gonna start chalking it up to probably that thermal paste that I'm using because as soon as I switch the thermal paste from like this really liquidy, uh, generic stuff I got off Amazon to the Thermalright THX stuff, not sponsored, it worked really well. It's super sticky though, so it's hard to spread if you're the type that spreads it. I spread and make sure I get full coverage, but some people just do a dot in the center and call it good. But anyways, almost exactly the same. I mean, this GPU was absolutely clean. The problem was the thermal paste was super old. So I think just replacing that thermal paste, we got some lower temperatures, but I mean, come on, the temperatures are so low already we're not going to see much difference. So this totally makes sense. As usual, I mean, every card we've done so far, basically, the benchmarks have been about the same, even when we get like 5 degrees of temperature drop. The benefit is you get a quieter fan, typically less power draw. Unfortunately, we don't have power draw information on this. I don't know if it's a card limitation or what. Uh, and then we only did thermal paste. So there was no thermal pads, which you might expect for a card like this, a modest 1 GB GDDR5, and overall a pretty nice looking card. I think it uses the same basically setup as a 660, but like just detuned or something. Performance, honestly, this slide doesn't really do it for me. I'll probably remove it since we go over it in the Actually, I guess we don't really, oh yeah, we do. We go over it here. So I'll probably end up moving this performance slide. We don't need it. The stress test one, though, is what is fun to go over. We can see pretty much very similar temperatures, but overall we have, on average, now we're up here, or over here we were talking like peak temperatures, but on average, we were 1.89 degrees Celsius cooler, so a 2.7% improvement. GPU clock speed rock solid before and after. Memory clock speed rock solid. GPU load between 99 and 100%, which is what we would expect. We're missing a lot the power draw information, like I mentioned earlier, and then fan speed. We can see every once in a while it had to kick up an extra percent there. So overall, it was a 0.51% decrease. Okay, so the fan speeds are measured in percentages, with the maximum being 100%. So we were a 0.5% lower, which equates to basically 1.2% better. We don't have RPM data for fan speed. So yeah, overall, this was a pretty simple, pretty easy. I know some of these cards are going to be a little bit boring, but it's still fun to go through and see if you can see any major improvements. And I do have some cards like this that are really dirty. So I'm using, maybe you've caught on, but I'm using some of the boring cards first to figure out the flow for these episodes and make changes. I don't want to do like my 1080s and my 3070 and stuff on where I'm still like working out the kinks. So as you can see, probably from episode 1 to episode 8, it's like a totally different thing. So things are getting better. Cleaning details, I mean, really there was nothing. Like I just took it apart, put new thermal paste. I mean, I do my typical flow where I wash everything and I use isopropyl alcohol on the PCB, but overall it was just like okay, so there was a WTF moment when I was looking up the specs for this card. It's a 650 Ti, but there's also a 650 Ti OC, and the OC has this fan shroud with the double vertical blue accents here. And this card, it looks like somebody swapped the fan shroud at some point. I have no idea why, but there's no like cooling benefit that I could tell. It just extends the little plastic piece further. So I guess kudos to maybe the fan died and they just swapped the whole thing or something. I'm not sure, but I thought that was a little interesting. Okay, so let's just jump into the video and go over that. So we'll get this started here. Matches actually with my little anti-static pad there. Almost the same blue color. This is going to be about 5 minutes long, just going through the teardown. There wasn't a whole lot. As you can see, this card is not super complex. Just removing the rear bracket. That's what I always usually do first. Sometimes they have the screws hidden, so you have to actually remove the heatsink or the fan shroud to get to this one little screw at the top here. Luckily, the shroud doesn't cover it, so we can just take that off right away. Just 4 screws to remove the heatsink from the PCB. It might look like there was some thermal paste there, but it all had kind of like spread out. So there were definitely some like gaps in the thermal paste on the actual chip itself. Sort of an interesting design where the heatsink is attached to the shroud. I guess that does happen, but those long screws are kind of unique. It says the typical fan mount with just the 3 screws. No cable routing really required. You can see me scraping off the thermal paste. There's just like almost none on the chip. Usually there's at least some on the chip. And then there's an okay amount. It's actually misleading. Most of it you can see kind of squeezed out. So the thermal paste was the big thing that really needed to be changed here. I mean, obviously there were no thermal pads and the fan was immaculate, the heatsink was immaculate. So that was really the only possible way to improve this card. Doing a little scrub down. I'm really looking forward to some of the next cards. I think the next one's actually pretty clean, but so I have a lot of EVGA cards. Like probably 50% of the cards I have are EVGA, so I'm kind of trying to like not do an EVGA card every time I do an episode. So the next one is a Galaxy card. I never actually have owned a Galaxy card. Every other major brand I've pretty much owned. Zotac, MSI, Asus, EVGA, obviously. This was my first Galaxy card, so that'll be kind of interesting to do a teardown and see how, if there's any unique aspects of that. So as usual, using isopropyl alcohol just to wash out the ports and to rinse the water off the card so it dries a little bit faster. This card I only set outside for 3 or 4 hours. I usually set it in a way where like the ports can uh, evaporate easily, and I'm in Phoenix, so it's hot outside. I just put it in the shade and let the dry air kind of take it out. So even though I scrubbed this down, there was like some persistent residue on there that I had to get with an actual wipe. The brush just didn't cut it. And the fan, it was actually a little dusty, but not as bad as like if you look at the fan for the last episode. Oh my gosh, those were terrible. But yeah, just a super easy GPU to clean. And, you know, I'm sure somebody could use this card. It's absolutely like brand new. It's a good looking card. Like if you're just going for a budget build and you want to play some really simple old games, this will be perfect. Maybe, somebody just getting into gaming and you don't want to get them like an expensive card. This would be a perfect one. So I say this every episode. I'm still working out the giveaway stuff. Likely, I don't know. I might just do a video and then have people email me for each card, just with like how they want to use it, what they need it for, and then I'll just choose someone randomly, and the shipping I'll pay for, so it's totally free to whoever wins. I do really want to start giving these cards away because I have so many cards that it's getting ridiculous. Also, that heatsink cut me. You can see the band-aid on my finger. That thing is sharp. So yeah, we should have some giveaway stuff soon. Like I said, I've got some 1080s, I've got a 3070 I'm going to be giving away. So if you're in the market for a card, then you don't need something like top of the line. Uh, subscribe and check out the episodes. There should be, like I said, a dedicated video to each card that I'm giving away, just kind of like going over what the card is and like what you need to do to get the card. So more information coming. Got lots of cards. I'm also, I think I talked about in the last video, but I'm gonna start doing like unboxing videos. Okay, so here's the before, and you can see like there's a little light layer of dust um, on the card. It's like, it's definitely cleaner. And I've got a dedicated spot to do the photos now, so there shouldn't be too much of a difference in the photo quality. It's going to kind of depend on the time of day, but overall, at least it's like a consistent location. So as always, dustyfans.com, I post all the analysis. It's usually up by the time I post the video, but if not, it'll be up soon for each GPU. So if we go to dustyfans.com, we can see I'm actually a few GPUs behind, but right now we have 6, so I still need to post episode 7, and then this will be episode 8. And you'll see an entry just like this with all the information, the additional media, all sorts of things. So we've been on a pretty good streak, a 5 degree, 5 degree, 4 degree, and then in this one we had like a 3 degree for max temps, but average was like 1.89. So anyways, what I was saying before is we will have some more information on the giveaways, and just stay tuned to make sure you subscribe. And that's it for this episode. Oh, you know what? I was telling you about, we're going to do some like unboxing videos of the GPUs that I get, because some of them are hilariously packed. It also give you kind of like a sneak preview into like future cards that you're going to see on the channel. So I'm going to work on that before I do episode 9. And then probably I'm hoping for episode 10 is when we start doing the giveaways, because I want there to be some channel promotion. Like, I'm not totally selfless. Like, I'm giving away the GPUs at my expense, but I'm also hoping that like generates views and gets the channel out there, because I love doing this and I'm going to keep doing it for a while, but it definitely makes it easier and more motivating when the channel gets more subscribes and there's people commenting and there's like a little bit of like community interaction. So um, that's what I'm trying to get from the giveaway. It's just a little bit more like channel marketing, and give somebody a fresh, clean GPU to use, and hopefully get a little bit more interaction with the community. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. If you need a GPU right away, you got like a son or a brother or sister, daughter, anybody that's building like a gaming computer, and you just need something to have a dedicated GPU, you can message me. My email is up here at the top, ops@hakedev.com. Just let me know, how you want to use the card, and I'll see what I have ready as a giveaway. We don't necessarily have to make it too formal, but I do plan to do like some additional um, like marketing for these giveaways just to generate some traffic. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.